everybody. Today we're talking about imposter syndrome, aka every writer's worst nightmare. For those who aren't aware, imposter syndrome is the belief, fleeting or otherwise, that you just might be a fraud. It's especially common among creators like writers. They doubt their achievements and are plagued with worry that they didn't actually earn them or deserve them. Imposter syndrome can be really debilitating. It can prevent writers from promoting themselves. It can even prevent them from finishing their book. And that's stupid. I'm gonna help you squash imposter syndrome and make it a thing of the past. It's a long journey, but it can be done. Before we get started, I wanna give a big Cyborg shout out to Skillshare, who has sponsored today's video. If you're not familiar with Skillshare, where have you been? I talk about Skillshare all the time. Get with it. Skillshare is an online learning platform designed specifically for creators. They have thousands of classes available in a wide range of topics like web design, illustration, painting, business, marketing, and of course, creative writing. I'm a big fan of their classes because they're divided up into easily digestible chunks. That way they're really easy to fit into my schedule. Plus, a lot of them are taught by industry pros. I'm talking New York Times bestsellers or award-winning journalists. I myself have marketing classes available on Skillshare. One is all about how to grow your author platform. The other is about how to release a book from start to finish. You should definitely check them out. They're awesome. Skillshare's got something special just for you guys. Stick around until the end of this video for details. But first, I'm breaking down my top 10 favorite tips for tackling imposter syndrome. If you want to stay up to date on all of my other writerly topics like editing and outlining and my favorite and least favorite tropes, definitely subscribe to my channel and ring that bell down below. I'm also holding a massive giveaway in honor of the pre-sale of my upcoming fantasy novel, The Savior Sister, and I am announcing the winners to that pre-sale giveaway right here on my channel, so you gotta subscribe to stay in the loop. And now, on to imposter syndrome. Right, Butters? Right. Number 1, perfection is a myth. The sooner you embrace this fact, the better. You will never be a perfect writer, and you will never write a perfect book, because those things don't exist. This is not because we are all flawed human beings, which we are. It's because perfection is subjective. Perfection to you may be absolute garbage to someone else, and vice versa. There are people who believe Stephen King is a perfect writer, and others who cannot stomach his work. That's how preference works. The sooner you realize you can't please everyone, the easier the writing process, as well as your life, will be. On a similar note, number 2, cut yourself some slack. Not only will you never please everyone, you're also not always going to please yourself. That sounded a little dirty, but we're just gonna breeze right past that. You are going to get frustrated with yourself. You're going to feel overwhelmed, embarrassed, or stupid. You can either bury yourself in the mud on the bad days, or you can cut yourself some slack. You know, the same way you do for the rest of the people you love. You should be a person you love too. It's okay to feel like a turd every once in a while, so long as you don't wallow in self-loathing forever. Wallowing leads to self-doubt, which leads to imposter syndrome. And we don't have time for that crap. Number 3, education. As we already discussed, imposter syndrome is the belief that you might be a fraud. Typically, a writer fraud is someone who isn't very good at writing, or maybe doesn't really know what they're talking about when it comes to the craft. The more you know about your craft, the more skilled and thus more confident you're going to be. Education and growth is an ongoing process. You should constantly be striving to evolve your craft, learn new skills, better your art form. The more you learn, the less imposter syndrome will plague you, because it's hard to feel like a fraud when you genuinely know your shit. Number 4, ask for help. If you don't know something, instead of stewing in your own shame, you could just, ask for help. I personally try to surround myself with other qualified writers who are skilled in areas that aren't necessarily my expertise. One of my good friends is really knowledgeable in pay-for-play advertising, something I'm not particularly well versed in, so when I've got questions about it, I ask her. When she has questions about the pre-sale process, something she doesn't have a lot of experience with, She asks me. This comes back to education. Don't be afraid to look stupid. We're all stupid at some things. That's just part of being human. Get the help you need rather than festering in your embarrassment. You'll feel much better about yourself. Number 5, own your wins. When you hit a win, say finishing a first draft or making a bestseller list, this is when imposter syndrome creeps in, because it's a little bastard. But 9 times out of 10, achievements are not handed to people. We work for them. So when you reach an important milestone, you bet your ass you should celebrate it. Give yourself the praise you deserve and bask in it. It may feel foreign at first, but the more you practice owning your wins, the more your wins feel deserved. And they are deserved. Even if you're not the best writer in the world, which, let's be real, isn't a thing that exists, these writing milestones take a lot of hard work, so if you reach them, you deserve to feel good about them. Number 6, silence the inner critic. Imposter syndrome often shows up as an annoying voice in the back of your mind telling you that you're not good enough. I wish we could murder that voice, but unfortunately, lobotomies are frowned upon. The best way to silence this voice, or at least take it down a notch, is to acknowledge it. Simply thinking, yup, I'm having those negative thoughts again, now I'm gonna move on, is enough to take away at least a fraction of their power. You're acknowledging that they're just that, thoughts, and you have the choice to dwell on them, fester in them, or move on with your day. Sometimes if these thoughts get a little too aggressive, I'll just tell them to shut the fuck up. Literally, I'll yell shut the fuck up to myself. It creates quite the stir when you do it in the middle of a grocery store, so I recommend not doing this. Number 7, collect your praise. It's very easy to remember the criticism you receive on a daily basis, and just as easy to forget all the praise. Because of this, I encourage you to collect the praise you receive for safekeeping. You can write the praise down in a journal, you can record it in your phone. I personally save screenshots of the praise I receive and keep it in a folder titled Nice Things. When I'm feeling especially down on myself, I'll go through my nice things folder and I'm instantly reminded that my biggest critic is myself. There are countless people who believe in what I do and support me, and I really should be seeing myself through their eyes. Number 8, embrace failure. Imposter syndrome often comes from the belief that there is no room for failure. Error is not an option. Let me make this clear. You are going to fuck up. A lot. Failures are not the end of the world. They are not roadblocks that prevent you from moving forward. People who repeatedly succeed and believe in themselves see failure for what it is. A learning experience. Next time you fuck up, instead of having a meltdown, remind yourself that you're a flawed, imperfect human being like literally everyone else on this planet. You're allowed to make mistakes, and when you make those mistakes, just say, "Aw, damn, I done goofed up." Then learn from it. Analyze what you did wrong so you don't make the same mistake again in the future. This will not only help to prevent you from making greater mistakes later on, it'll also add to your education, which, as we already covered, is a very valuable resource in regard to imposter syndrome. Number 9, create a support group. Sometimes all imposter syndrome needs is a few slaps upside the head from our writer friends. When you feel like a fraud, it helps to vent to a fellow writer friend who can give you a reality check. The odds are you're befriending people you respect, and you wouldn't respect frauds, am I right? They likely feel the same about you. So when you're feeling down about yourself, tell them so they can give you a wake-up call. You're great, your writing's great, and your brain is a bully. I don't know about you, but sometimes hearing it from someone else makes all the difference. And number 10, be honest. Imposter syndrome comes from feeling like a fraud, and a fraud is someone who deceives, or essentially lies. Thus, one of the best ways to avoid imposter syndrome is to practice honesty. For example, one of the most popular video requests I've received is to talk about short stories. Problem is, at this point in my life, I don't have a ton of experience with short stories. I wouldn't feel comfortable giving people advice on how to do this well when I have no idea if I'm any good at it myself. Putting it simply, giving advice on a topic that I'm not particularly well versed in feels dishonest, so I don't do it. This is going to require you to be able to distinguish between honesty and self-sabotage. If you're on a bestseller list, you're probably qualified to talk about how to hit that bestseller list. If you feel like a fraud doing so, that's probably your inner saboteur speaking, because the facts show that you have the appropriate experience. On the flip side, if you feel weird giving the same advice because you've only sold 5 copies of your book, that weirdness you're feeling is your conscience battling with dishonesty. Listen to it. Choose the honest path every time. It'll be much easier for you to sleep at night, and it'll keep imposter syndrome at bay. So that's all I got for you today. A huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. If you'd like to improve your writing, or if you want to hone a ton of other new creative endeavors, definitely check out Skillshare. I highly recommend them. They're super affordable. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. However, right now you can get 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free by clicking the link below. That's 2 months of access to thousands of classes, including my classes, and it's for free. Click the link, get on it, do it. I said so. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Wednesdays, and if you want to be alerted as soon as I upload, ring that bell. The Save Your Sister is available for pre-order right now. I have the information listed below. Plus, I'm holding a massive pre-sale giveaway. You could win one of over 30 prizes. Definitely pre-order a copy and enter the giveaway. You'll be glad you did. And be sure to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, and of course, you can tweet me at Jenna Moreci. Bye!
This is Rondies. Why the fuck haven't you subscribed to Jenna's channel? Do you really want to face me? If you don't do it, you know what will happen. I'll rip out your tongue, torture you, then leave your rotten corpse out for the birds to feast on it. Now press the goddamn button. And the bell too.